June is Brain Health Awareness Month. And if you know anything about SCAN, we are all about brain health all year long, 12 months a year. But if you want to do something really extraordinary for your brain, you'll get out of your comfort zone, you'll learn something new, and you'll do it. And also, it's even better if you get to do it in front of a room full of people. You want to know more about this? Just stay tuned. Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to SCAN FYI. Look who my guest is today, my former co-host and partner in crime at work. It's Marybeth Kwapniewski. Good morning.
Good morning, Andrea. Wow, this is like old times, isn't it?
I know. For anyone who doesn't know, if you go back and watch some of our older episodes of SCAN FYI, Marybeth and I were co-hosts. We did this together. It was fun. I miss you.
Thank you. I miss you too.
But of course, I see you in the
Every
office.
day.
So yes, June is Brain Health Awareness Month. And, Marybeth, for those of you who don't know, is our programming director. And she is always putting together things with brain health in mind because, right, that's what SCAN is all about, right, Marybeth?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Brain health is everything. It's not just, it's what you're eating, what you're doing, socialization. I mean, I'm sure Andrew's going to touch upon our 2 brain health fairs and all the good things we do with that as well.
Right. In fact, yes, we just had a big brain health fair in Monmouth Mall. We did a second one in Toms River. And let me just say this, everything that's good for your body is good for your brain. Everything that's bad for your body is bad for your brain. But enough of that. You have to come to our brain health fairs to get more out of that. But, I just feel like everything we do at SCAN, whether we acknowledge it openly or not, it really is all about your brain health fair. And one of the interesting things also in conjunction with your brain health is we like to talk a little bit about getting out of your comfort zone, trying something new, doing something different, really pushing yourself beyond what you typically do. And Marybeth, you recently had that experience.
Oh, yes, I did.
So why don't you just share a little bit about what you did, and then we'll talk a little bit more.
Sure. So Caregiver Volunteers of Central Jersey is another nonprofit here in Monmouth County who we work closely with. And they were having their big fundraiser this year, which is called Dancing with Their Stars. So dance couples get the opportunity to compete against one another in a ballroom full of people. There were 12 dance couples this year. It just happened last Thursday. And so when I first saw it appear on Facebook that they were having their event this year, I quickly texted one of our contacts there and said, can SCAN put our name in hat and be one of the dance couples? And that's kind of what started us on this journey. And David, our SCAN instructor for acting and our tap class and our singing class, I asked him if he would be my dance partner, my partner in crime for this dance. And he said yes. So it was a journey that probably started back in beginning of April. We started practicing and the event was June 6th. So a lot of practicing. I'm not a dancer. So he was working with very raw material. So not only was I learning a new dance, but I was learning all the things that go into a dance, the little details, he was a great instructor.
So let's say, what made you want to do this? This is a big leap out of your comfort zone.
Absolutely.
First of all.
Absolutely, yeah. So as Andrea said, we learned so much from our keynote presentations at our brain health fairs. And one of the years we had built off of Sanjay Gupta's book. And one of his pillars was, getting outside of your comfort zone and doing something new. It lights up your brain. I think that was our theme that year, lighting up your brain.
Yes, yes.
So for me, it definitely was something different, a new experience. So that's kind of what led me down the path. And I said, you know what, we're all novices at this. So it's not like I'm going up against professional ballroom dancers by any means. And I did hear a lot of people the night of the event, because we met a lot of the dancers for the first time that night, say I am so outside of my comfort zone. So a lot of us were in the same position. So
You know, it's not
weird.
only dancing, it's in front of 400 people because there were about 400 people in attendance. So it isn't as though you're in a closed off area. You're doing this in front of a very large, but very,
Friendly
friendly and
crowd.
enthusiastic crowd.
Right.
So let's talk about, because brain health, learning something new, getting out of your comfort zone. So once you decided to do this, what was it? What were the challenges? Because you're not a dancer, so it isn't as though, and you were working with someone who had more dance experience.
Yes.
So
Yes.
how was that?
Um, I think it was exhilarating to know that you're learning something new because, when's the last time we really learned something brand new in school? I mean, that's years ago. So it is very exciting and exhilarating to come home from a practice session with David and be like, wow, I learned this new dance step today. Now it's up to me to practice it and, learn it myself so that when I meet up with him again, then we can move on and add on to it.
Now, your dance had some intricate parts to it, and it was very fast paced.
That was
And
my
so
that was my biggest fear was the fast pace part of it. Yeah.
you danced to Benny Goodman's Sing, Sing, Sing.
Mhm.
So if anyone wants to Google that, listen to it. It's a fast one,
Right.
but a great piece of music.
Yeah, fun.
So when you found out that you were going to have to do something, fast, how was it learning that intricate stuff? How did you do that?
Again, David's a fabulous instructor. He broke everything down. We did everything piece by piece, and then we would bring it all together, dot all the I's, cross all the T's. So it's a process. It really was a process.
So I think one of the challenges for a lot of people is they think that they're going to learn something new, tomorrow and you learn it. But it isn't like that, is it, Mary Beth?
No, you
I
gotta keep
like what you said. It was broken down into little baby steps.
right.
Did you have a hard time being kind to yourself? Like, why am I not getting it? What's wrong?
David should be here right now because he would tell you there was one sequence that, I must have gotten wrong 14 times in a row. And he keeps saying, I don't understand. Like, why can't you get it? My brain and my feet just were not making the connection. And that's probably the one time I probably was a little hard on myself. And I would come home and Rich, my husband, actually tried to help me in practice because he was like, let me see if I can break this down. So I understand how you learn, and let me see if I can help you learn it another way. So I kind of forgot about that. That was early on that Rich tried to help me.
And how much practice did it require on your part? Because obviously you practice with David,
Right,
but you also practice at home.
right. Yeah, my living room furniture was all pushed to the side, and that was like that for a couple months. So if anyone came over, they're probably like, "What's going on in there?" Um, I would try when I came home to do it myself because again I find that I personally learn better when you put me off in a corner quietly and I can digest it. So, David in total, we probably practiced over 10 hours combined together. And then on my own, I would probably spend, I don't know, maybe a total of, don't tell David, maybe an hour a week in total. Just, I'd walk in there for 10 minutes and do a little bit and then do it again tomorrow, the next evening or something. So,
When you're learning, let's say some of the things that are great for brain health is learning a foreign language. We know that because that's completely, you're using a totally different set of everything. And I would think learning a dance where you're not just getting up there and doing the box step, you're really learning choreography here. That must have been very challenging just to remember everything in the sequence.
I think that was my biggest fear the night of the event. It wasn't the room full of people. It was potentially forgetting a dance step. And again, you're listening to the music as a cue as well. So there's a lot going into that. Obviously you have it memorized, but you're also listening to the music for a little bit of a cue to kind of make sure you're on the right spot.
Of course, a while ago, David's acting class did a show, and we interviewed Cheryl Gaudet, who had been one of the actors in the show. And, she kind of the same things that you're talking about, the focus and, there is a challenge to remember things, whether it's remembering your lines, as Cheryl had to do, or in your case, remembering the steps, but in the right sequence, because Mary Beth's dance was what, 90 seconds?
Yeah, it was only 90 seconds, which felt like a lot longer.
90 minutes
Yeah,
underwater.
right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Now, when it finally got to be, the night of for you, and now you have to bring all of this together. So when you walk out onto this dance floor, and what was your trick to maintain your focus on just like it's just me and David?
I was very surprised that I was not scared to see the room full of people. I really thought for sure I was going to be shaking. Like, when you get very nervous and your body starts like I didn't have any of that. And I think because we were prepared and because I knew David was my dance partner, I had the confidence that we were going to do it. But it was just me going, oh gosh, what if I forget a step and I'm not going to know where to pick it back up again?
Because of our jobs at Scan, we do find ourselves in front of a lot of people all the time, right?
Maybe that helps.
I'm wondering
Yeah.
if it didn't. It's no big deal to pick up the microphone, and I know you could talk to a room full of people. But so I'm thinking it probably, in my mind, when I saw you, I thought, well, it's not the room full of people, because you do that all the time. So do I.
Right, right.
But there was the other element. So now once you're in the moment, was it difficult for you to maintain your focus, or did it just all come together for you?
It all came together, and honestly, I know David kept saying, make sure you engage the audience. I kind of forgot they were just totally there. I just felt like it was David, myself on the dance floor, the music, and that was it.
Maybe I'm wondering how you would have engaged the audience, and
It was there's no time for it. It was so
90
fast.
seconds, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, right. But it was a wonderful experience. I'm glad I did it. I would be lying if I said I didn't want to throw in the towel a couple times. Family members had to, talk me off the ledge a little bit, but I'm glad I did it. And we met some wonderful dancers there, and it was just nice to hear that everyone was doing something outside of their comfort zone for the most part. So we were with like-minded people, if you will.
So leaving your comfort zone in this, well, tremendous way and realizing I can do this, how does that make you feel?
It felt great. And I will say, as the programming director, I'm always encouraging our SCAN members in my emails, when the new semester comes out, please consider trying something new. It's great for brain health. Go outside your comfort zone. So if I preach that to them, right, I need to be an example as well. So here was their example.
Well, that's true. And what do you want to say to someone who's kind of on the fence? Should I do it? Should I not do it? I'm a little nervous. I'm afraid. What will people say?
Do it, because it's better to know what the outcome would have been than to wonder like, wow, what would have happened if to go back and say, wow, I didn't do that. I'm disappointed. I don't know. I think I would have been disappointed in myself had I not done it and thrown in the towel. So I think it's in the end, I think most people are pleased to try something new. And again, the beauty of SCAN, if I can, give a little shout out to us, is it's easy to try something new. It's not that big of a commitment, right? To try something new. And everyone's very welcoming all the time. That, wow, we have someone new in our group. So
Right, of course. I feel like well, again, good for in terms of brain health. We're always worried about it, but I feel like for a lot of people, going out of their comfort zone, the biggest reason not to do it is, this fear of judgment, this fear of failure. Oh my God, if I do this and I fail. But how would you address that?
uh, I guess again, overall, I think more positive things will come out of trying something new than negative. That'll far outweigh any of the negativity or anything that comes with it. You know, you get this high, like the runner's high, right? They talk about people who run, you get this exhilaration. It's kind of like that.
But isn't it marvelous too, to you learn something about yourself that like, oh, I can do this. And what a boost to your confidence.
Well, I think the one thing my son said was, "Mom, I didn't know you could do that." I'm like, neither did I, Andrew, but I didn't. So, yeah,
Well,
they were
sometimes,
there.
we don't know, but we don't know until we try it.
Try it.
And of course, this was an amazing opportunity, but even just relating it back to, SCAN, in September, we're going to have a whole new semester. And when you look at our class listing, you're going to see all sorts of things that maybe you've never done before. So what do you want people to know about that?
Okay. So again, there's always people who tend to take their fitness classes, right? But maybe don't want to try an acting class or an art class. So I say do a little cross training. That's kind of what I call it. Try something different. And you never know. You might discover that you like acting or you like to take art. You're never gonna know until you try. So try. Go outside your comfort zone. Go outside the box.
I feel fortunate working at SCAN, both of us, Marybeth, we've been exposed to so many different ideas and so many people that, at our brain health fair. And as you were talking about, the idea of doing something new, engaging different muscles, lighting up your brain, using your senses, but just get out there and try something new. What do I would say if somebody's kind of on the fence, what are you waiting for?
Right.
What do you wait? In 10 years, it's not going to be easier. So just do it.
Just do it. Isn't that the
Just-
Nike tagline logo?
Yeah, well, but I feel like in life in general,
Sure.
that the more you expose yourself to, and as a parent or a grandparent, as a parent in your case, I am sure your kids, well, I sat with your kids, they were like, oh my God, that's my mom. I
Yeah.
can't believe she
Right.
did that.
Right. You want to be a role model for them. And I know even a lot of our SCAN members, when their grandkids hear that they were in a show or they did this or they did that, and they're like, wow, grandma, you can do that. So it's nice to see you're getting recognition from the younger generation as well.
That's right. That's right. It's never too late to do something new. Be
Absolutely.
like Marybeth, do something new.
Right. So
Well, congratulations again, Marybeth, because you and
thank
David
you.
did come in first place. We want to say that. And I have great admiration for the fact that you saw it through. You didn't give up.
Right.
You met the challenge.
Conquer.
And now, you've got the bragging rights.
Thank you. But it was wonderful. Again, it was a social atmosphere. We got to meet the other dance couples. So, it wasn't even just about the competition. It was getting to meet the different people who we were competing with. So it was a great experience, and caregivers did a great job on the event as well.
So if anyone wants to see any of this, by the way, you can go to probably on SCAN's Facebook page, you'll probably find some videos. But, in the fall semester that's coming up, we'll have the class listing out by the end of the summer, let's say. If you see something new out there that you haven't tried before, just do it. Take a chance. Light up your brain. Do something good for yourself.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Andrea, for this opportunity to share everything, because again, we're always encouraging our SCAN members and obviously the public as well, try something new and just do it. Go for it.
Surprise yourself, because you can be a lot more amazing than you ever give yourself credit for.
Absolutely.
Well, Marybeth, thank you so much for being my guest today.
Thank you. It was good to be back.
Okay, and I'll see you in the office.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, remember everyone, if it's important to you, it's important to us. I'm Andrea Tarr. We'll see you next time on SCAN FYI. Bye everyone, and bye Marybeth.
Have a great day.